I, in my opinion, don't think a relationship actually starts. Y'all are just together, but it's not really a relationship until somebody gets triggered and there's a conflict, and then they start working it out. But from what Precious said, if you go to the gym and you are in so much pain after you leave the gym 2 days later and you don't go back to the gym, you just lost. And that's how you can tell the other person is the weakest link, because they don't stay. Because the thing about it is, if you leave after the first conflict, you was never there in the first place. And then at the same time, you're not marriage material, because if you're going to leave in the first conflict, that's just like somebody going to the gym. They're like, I can't deal with this. My legs are killing me. Okay, do you not realize that once you get used to this and once you grow, keyword grow, it's not going to hurt as bad? It actually will start feeling good when you get sore, because being sore as you start growing is telling you that you're still growing. You ever been working out for a while and then automatically get sore again? You're like, damn, I must be really growing because I'm getting sore again. So the growth actually starts. The relationship actually starts when somebody gets triggered, when somebody gets offended, when somebody gets upset and storms out the room. But after they deal with that, now they're actually in a relationship.
All right, who are you and what did you do with Mr. Let Go? Because that was very profound.
I'm always.
It's because I'm here, Trigger Mike's, because I'm here. He loves to compete.
The red connection.
I got to put my glasses back on. That's what it is. My glasses.
This is glasses.
All right, Paris, what you got for us?
Don't make me say it, Mike. I agree with MLG.
I'm just saying.
That's where I was gonna come from, anyways. I don't think that
you always agree with me. Just so you know, you always agree with me. You just don't want to agree with me.
No, I don't. I do think that a lot of times conflict should make you stronger. When you don't really know the person that you're in that fight with until you get into conflict, and not necessarily with each other. A lot of times people don't know how to fight. They fight each other and not the problem. Even when the problem arises where it's a self-individual problem, we need to address the problem. We don't need to address each other, right? I got this player with me for a reason. You're supposed to help me conquer battle. But I think Precious made a good point. A lot of times people don't know how to speak with each other. They don't know how to speak to each other. However, I'm a firm believer. This is just me. This is not for anybody else. Everybody knows how to communicate. You need to adapt to that person's communication style. It may not be healthy, but everybody knows how to communicate. So I do think that conflict absolutely should make you stronger. You typically see people in marriages, they say if you can get past the first 5 years, you can get through anything. Because the first 5 years is the most triggering time where you've been together, which is why it's very perplexing after people have been together 20 years plus. When they get divorced, you've been through everything. There's literally nothing else that can show up now that would be, a difficult feat or a task for you, whether it's death, sickness, finances, whatever the case may be. So,
can I ask a question real quick? It's just a question.
Long as it ain't to me.
Is this true? Women have trouble committing to something that they can't control, i.e. the man. Is that true?
Modern women, I would say that's where what it's looking like. Yeah.
Well, I don't think
control the man. They can't see committing to the man because modern women are so used to being in control of everything in front of them. They're not used to quote unquote being controlled by the man. So they run off when they feel controlled because they're so used to, y'all love y'all are losers and y'all are loser baby daddies. So y'all get with these losers and get so accustomed to being in control of the relationship. You get with a real ass nigga, all of a sudden your life starts falling apart because you don't know what to do with this control because you're used to being in control.
So that doesn't make any sense. And I'm glad it's my turn.
All right, hold on. So, let's do Fantasy. You were up next anyway.
Yeah. So that doesn't make any sense.
And then Cider, you go ahead.
Fantasy was about to agree with me. Go ahead.
No.
That doesn't make any sense, Mr. Lego. My husband is very much so in control. And I knew that from the beginning. And I either had to adapt to his way or not adapt and not be his wife. And I decided I wanted to do what he said because at the end of the day, it didn't take much conflict for us to be on the same page. And I understand that you guys said, oh, your relationship doesn't really start until you start having conflict, but your relationship starts from the beginning. And the way that you communicate with each other from the beginning really shapes the way that you come to each other when you have that conflict, when that starts up. So if you're not treating your relationship with care and you're not treating your relationship like you're building up your trust in each other so that when things are difficult, they can trust you as a soft landing place, it's going to be conflict that you can't get through when you get to that point. So I'm speaking specifically on a lot of things that I've experienced. Honestly, I've been married before, I'm married now, and it's completely night and day. The way that you communicate with each other when it's good times can a lot of times bleed over to the way that you communicate, you come to each other when it's something that you're really concerned about being misunderstood about, or they're actually causing tension in the relationship. You approach those situations with care and you always treat each other like you love each other. That's the most important part. We get to the point where we get so irritated that we start lashing out at each other, being nasty towards each other, and you can never take those things back and they will never forget them. So instead of us being so quick to combat each other and be nasty, we need to make sure that when we come into each other, we're remembering that this is our loved one. We love them.
Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Lego, I know what you're talking about.
Right, hold on.
Mr. Lego.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Saida, you had something on this too?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I don't
and then
see
Trev and then Paris.
I don't see the relationship between the words commitment and control. I don't see it. Like Mr. Lego was saying, when you get married to somebody just because you don't want to be controlled by somebody. Like my husband doesn't control me. He's in control of a lot of things. Exactly. But you as a human being can never.
He controls
never. You cannot. No, hold on.
Yes, he does.
Thank you. Let me finish. Thank you. You can never control somebody else's responses, actions. Nobody. You can't. You can influence them, and you can have expected behavior or expect certain behavior from somebody because of, you know, the environment, or if you know them, if you influence them, whatever. But you cannot control people's reactions or actions. You can't. And that's why boundaries are for us, for ourselves, not for other people. So
we all
controlling somebody.
As an example.
So I am coming from a family where my father is the head of the house. I have never felt like my dad is in control or controlling me as his daughter. And I respect him. I respect him. But he doesn't need to feel, he doesn't need to feel that he is in control of things. He doesn't
it's
need
not about feeling like somebody's in control. We are like, there's gravity. We're control. Like there's a lot of things and people that are controlling us. All right. So YouTube is controlling us. Certain things we can't do and say on YouTube. Okay. That's control. So you are controlled by your husband. You were controlled by your father, but you didn't feel like you were being controlled. But just because you don't feel like it, you know, you don't have the feeling, that's actually a good thing. That's like having some a belt on. You don't feel the belt, but it's holding up your pants. So it's not controlling anything, but so control does not have to. And I want to say this because women have this feeling that like there's a trigger word, control. When a man is controlling, it has to be this bad thing. No, control is just like what your belt is doing, what your hair is doing when you have it up in a bun. It's controlling your hair. It's little small things like that. It's not as terrible RoboCop type of thing. I just wanted to say that.